Are you struggling with bulk trash piling up on your property and don't know how to get rid of it? Stay tuned because in this explainer, I'll guide you through everything you need to know to schedule a bulk trash pickup in Philadelphia effortlessly. Welcome back. We're going to take the official city guidelines and break them down into a clear, easy-to-follow roadmap so you can get things done without the headache. Look, we've all been there, right? You replace an old refrigerator, or maybe you finally decide to toss out that rusted metal patio furniture. But suddenly, you're left with these massive, heavy items just taking up space in your yard or your driveway. It's super frustrating. And unfortunately, that frustration often leads to a major citywide issue: illegal dumping. When folks just don't know how to properly dispose of this stuff, they sometimes abandon it in vacant lots or right on street corners. Now, get this. Cleaning up all this illegally dumped bulk waste, construction debris, and car parts, it costs Philadelphia taxpayers around $1.5 million every single year. That is a massive burden on the community. But there's good news. To tackle that exact problem head-on, back on September 16, 2024, the Department of Sanitation launched the Residential Bulk Collection Program. This was a key part of Mayor Sherrell L. Parker's One Philly United City Cleaning Initiative. Basically, it's designed to give you a structured, totally legal, and completely free way to get rid of those bulky items right from your curb. It totally removes the hassle of trying to transport heavy items yourself, which directly attacks the root causes of that short dumping problem we just talked about. So, how do we take full advantage of this program? Here is our roadmap for today. First, an introduction to bulk trash pickup. Second, what actually qualifies as bulk. Third, scheduling your pickup. Fourth, rules and common mistakes. And finally, alternatives for disposal. Let's dive right in. All right, Section 1, Introduction to Bulk Trash Pickup. Who is eligible? We really need to establish exactly who can use this new city service before you start dragging things out to the curb. The absolute most crucial point here is that this program is exclusively designed for residential households in Philadelphia. That includes single-family homes and multifamily dwellings that have up to 6 units. So if you live in one of those, you are good to go. However, if you live in or manage a larger apartment building, a condo complex, or really any commercial property, you actually aren't eligible for this specific city service. Those larger properties are legally required to contract with private commercial haulers for their waste removal. Moving on to Section 2, what qualifies as bulk? Sorting your items. Once you know you're eligible, you might be wondering, what exactly will the Department of Sanitation actually take off my hands? Well, the city is incredibly specific about these categories. Accepted items are typically things containing significant amounts of metal that just won't fit into a standard 32-gallon trash can. Think large, empty appliances like refrigerators, water heaters, microwaves, and air conditioners. They'll also take metal-framed furniture, metal bathtubs, flat-screen TVs, large outdoor toys, and even passenger car tires as long as the metal rims are removed. Now, on the flip side, you absolutely cannot include standard household trash, loose yard waste, or unwrapped mattresses. Automotive components like engines and car body parts, strictly prohibited. Construction and demolition debris like bricks, concrete, drywall, or cinder blocks are totally banned and require private disposal. And obviously, no hazardous, flammable, or explosive materials are allowed under any circumstances. Okay, Section 3, Scheduling your pickup. The booking playbook. So you've got your eligible items sorted and ready to go. How do you actually get the truck to show up at your house? The process is pretty streamlined, but it is very strict. First off, bulk collection is by appointment only. Seriously, do not just leave items at the curb without an appointment. They will be left behind, and you could even get hit with a fine. To book it, you just use the digital portal at bulkcollection.phila.gov. Or if you're more of a phone person, dial Philly 311. If you happen to be calling from outside city limits, that number is 215-686-8686. Once your appointment is confirmed, you'll get an email with a unique 4-letter pickup code. You have to take a thick marker or just write it on a piece of paper and tape it, and clearly label your items with this code. Finally, you just set the items out at your normal collection point at the designated time. Now, I want to share a fantastic insider tip with you guys that can honestly save you a lot of frustration. Because these appointments are handled on a first-come, first-served basis, capacity is pretty limited. The system lets you book up to a month in advance. But if you log on and the calendar looks completely grayed out with 0 available dates, do not panic. The database actually resets every single day right after midnight, which releases a brand new block of daily appointments for the upcoming month. So if you're having trouble finding a slot, just grab a cup of coffee, stay up a little late, and hit refresh right at midnight. You'll snag a stop for sure. Let's jump to Section 4, Rules and Common Mistakes. How to ensure a smooth process. You see, even if you have an appointment, there are some pretty strict regulations, and there are frequent errors folks make that end up preventing their trash from being collected. 4. That is the magic number you have got to remember. You have a strict limit of up to 4 bulk items per scheduled appointment, and you are limited to 1 appointment per household per week. But there is actually a really helpful exception to this rule when it comes to tires. As long as you've removed the rims, a bundle of up to 4 passenger car tires counts as just 1 single bulk item. That is a great way to clear out your garage space efficiently. So the crucial point here is knowing the difference between doing it the wrong way and the right way. A super common mistake is leaving the doors on old refrigerators or freezers. You absolutely must remove or permanently secure those doors before putting them at the curb, just to prevent any accidental child entrapment. Safety first. Another huge point of confusion is mattresses. Unwrapped mattresses are completely prohibited from bulk pickup. If you want to toss a mattress, you have to seal it completely in a plastic mattress bag, and then, here's the kicker, you put it out with your regular trash, not your bulk appointment. Oh, and lastly, if you have metal-framed furniture, do not dismantle or crush it. The sanitation teams actually need you to leave metal furniture fully intact. Wooden furniture, on the other hand, well, that just goes out with your regular weekly trash anyway. Now, timing is literally everything if you want to avoid municipal code violations. You need to place your properly labeled items at your normal collection point, whether that's the curbside or a rear driveway, the evening before your scheduled pickup. During the fall and winter months, you can set them out no earlier than 5 p.m. In the spring and summer, because the days are longer and warmer, you've got to wait until 7 p.m. But regardless of the season, all your items must be in place and ready to go by 7 a.m. on the morning of your actual pickup day. All right, bringing us to Section 5, Alternatives for Disposal. Beyond the curb. So, what if you have more than 4 items, or maybe some prohibited materials? Let's explore some of your alternatives. Philadelphia actually operates 6 sanitation convenience centers, located all throughout the city, from Port Richmond down to Southwest Philly. These centers are open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And the absolute best part? They are entirely free for city residents, provided you bring a valid proof of residency. You can drop off up to 2 bulk items per day here without any appointment at all. There are a few vehicle rules to keep in mind, though. Your vehicle has to have a gross weight of 6,000 pounds or less, and your load must be properly tarped and secured. We definitely don't want reviews blowing onto the street while you're driving. Now, what about those items that are incredibly dangerous to put in standard trash? Things like oil-based paints, solvents, or harsh chemicals. For those, you need to utilize the city's household hazardous waste drop-off events. These do require pre-registration online, where you'll snag a specific 15-minute time slot. When you go, it is absolutely critical that you keep all chemicals in their original containers with the labels fully intact. Please do not mix chemicals. It's a huge safety hazard. When you arrive at the facility, you just stay in your car while trained staff safely unload and sort everything right from your trunk. It's that easy. We have definitely covered a lot of ground today, providing you with a complete, step-by-step roadmap to handle your bulky waste. But keep in mind, city regulations, operational hours, and specific protocols can, and frankly do, evolve over time. To ensure you have the absolute most accurate and up-to-date information before you go dragging a heavy appliance to the curb, always verify the latest guidelines by visiting the official website at philly.gov or just by directly calling Philly 311. And that brings us to the end of our explainer. You are now fully equipped with the knowledge to legally, safely, and freely dispose of those massive items that have been cluttering up your space. The city has provided the tools, and now, well, it's up to us. Will you use this free service to clear your property? And in doing so, do your part to help eliminate that $1.5 million scourge of illegal dumping in your community? Let's work together to make Philadelphia the safest, cleanest, and greenest big city in the nation. Thanks so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.